Today we're going to look at the brand new Ford Bronco and see how to configure it, how to order it, and avoid getting ripped off by all the dealers out there. You've probably heard all the scary stories with people picking up their Bronco and getting massive markups. So let's get started and jump right in. The question is, how do you order one of these things and avoid getting ripped off? Now, if you go onto the Ford website, you can go onto their online configurator and select all the options you want, and you think, oh, I can just order it. No. Ford, unfortunately, like most dealers or manufacturers, require you to go through a local dealership to place the order. So you have to go to a dealership, send them the configuration, and they actually input it and send it into Ford to build it. The problem with this is that a lot of these dealers are kind of crooked, where they basically are adding additional fees to your build. So it's not going to be this MSRP price that you think that you're going to be paying for this thing. You're going to be paying substantially more. Now, a lot of the dealerships right now, the most popular thing is they add some sort of package to it, which some of them call it a protection package or something along those lines. And it could be anywhere from $1,000 on up. Who knows? And it could come with tinted windows or lots of different other things that you may not want at all. And I think that's a real unfortunate thing that the dealerships are doing. You need to talk to all of your dealers that you're thinking of using first and ask what your final price is going to be, and make sure if they put the order in for you, they print out a sale agreement that shows exactly what you're going to pay with all the fees, including any of their junk admin fees. A lot of them have paperwork processing fees and other fees that they'll just throw in on it. And then you've got the biggest rip-up of them all, which is the market adjustment costs. And I've heard people charged anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000 over MSRP for the market adjustment. And that's just a rip-off and insane. So you got to be really careful with the dealer that you order through. Make sure that you get it all in writing if you're going to order it through them. And then you're going to be needing to prepare for a long wait, because to date, I believe the Ford Bronco has only delivered about 25,000 units, and it's been in production for over a year. There is a huge backlog. Realistically, you're talking it's going to be a year to 2 years to get a Bronco, depending on the configuration that you send in. It's going to be a long wait, so you need to be patient, first of all. Second is, I did find a dealership, and I've searched the entire country, and I've only found one dealership who is willing to sell a Bronco below MSRP. Basically, they're willing to sell it essentially at wholesale price for a Bronco, or really close to invoice price, which is awesome. So let me I'll put all the description in the description below. I'll put all the information about this dealership if you want to contact them, and they make it super easy. I'm not affiliated with them at all, but I think it's great that they're willing to do some better pricing on this thing. So I'll show you what it looks like on this base Essentials Bronco build if you order it through them. So their company is Granger Motors in Iowa, and the sales guy is called Hunter. And basically the price on the Bronco is $36,500, and then they have a $180 document fee and a $45 transit fee. So all in, you're at $36,815 plus your whatever your local taxes and your licensing fees. So you're talking, with this base Bronco build, it's $1,560 less than the Ford MSRP price. That's awesome. And it's even more of a discount if you go up in trim levels, because there's more margin in there. That's pretty great. So huge thumbs up to Granger Motors for providing a really easy way for people to order a vehicle and providing the best pricing by far. And if you are in the area where you can drive there, that would be ideal. If not, you could ship it. Of course, if you're shipping across country, it could kind of negate the savings, so you'll have to decide on that one. But it's nice to see that one of the dealerships is actually stepping up and trying to move some volume and actually cares about not ripping people off. I think that's my biggest gripe with the Ford Bronco has been the ordering process, and with Ford not providing updated information as far as where they're at with the builds and their timeline, or really any of it. It's all kind of in the dark with it. 3 configurations to build the Bronco if you want to make it the most capable possible and avoid all of the extra features that, in my opinion, aren't necessary and probably going to be breaking and be problematic down the road. The first configuration is with the Badlands. And the Badlands is going to be most equivalent to the Jeep Rubicon. It has 33-inch tires, stock front and rear lockers, has the full skid plates underneath, it has steel front and rear bumpers, and on the inside it has the marine grade vinyl seats and that marine grade flooring so you can wash out the interior. Those are really nice features. It also comes standard with auxiliary switches, and it also has the stabilizer disconnect, which is really important to some people. To me, it's a little bit of a gimmicky thing, and I don't know that it's really worth paying the extra money for. But this configuration in base form is just under $44,000. Now, this is the 2-door version, which I think is the only way to order a Bronco, because the Bronco is a 2-door. People, it's not a 4-door. So that's the first configuration with the Ford Bronco. I don't think it's worth adding the Sasquatch package to this configuration because it costs a lot of money and what you get is pretty minimal. With this configuration, you could easily just add 35-inch tires, which you'd want to replace the tires regardless of the configuration. Also, I would go with the manual transmission and the 4-cylinder because I think it's a great combination for that 2-door. It's a little bit lighter and it's going to be a lot more fun with that manual transmission. Let's take a look at this second configuration. The Black Diamond. That is the second way I would build the Ford Bronco, and it would come with the same 4-cylinder manual transmission. Now, the Black Diamond does give you that vinyl interior seating surface as well as the vinyl flooring, and you get the auxiliary switches, the skid plates, and the steel bumpers, which is great. However, with this version, you would want to add the Sasquatch package in order to get that upgraded front differential, as well as the 35-inch tires, which don't really measure 35-inch. But this configuration gets you to a purchase price retail at $44,830. And that's just slightly more expensive than the Badlands version. Now, the only thing you're really missing out on this compared to the previous configuration is that it has no front sway bar disconnect. You have to decide if it's worth it to you or not. I think that I would probably go with this configuration for the money over the Badlands configuration, but both are pretty interesting if you want the most factory off-road equipment as possible for the best value. The third configuration is the base model. I call it the essential version because you can get all of the things that really are essential for the best price. So with this configuration, you're looking at about $38,000 MSRP, and how I would configure it is the 4-cylinder, manual transmission, Sasquatch package, and what that's going to give you is all the essential stuff. Now, what you're going to be missing out on with this configuration versus either of the other two is that you get cloth interior, carpet on the inside. You have to add the auxiliary switches, which is a slight upcharge, and you only get the skid plate for the gas tank. You don't have the other ones. You also get plastic front and rear bumpers and no rock rails. Now, I don't think any of those are really that great. Whether they're worth it to you to have those options or not, you'd have to decide and maybe go up a trim level if you want them. But for the money, I mean, you're talking $6,000 less money for the base version. That's a really good value. And for everything that this comes with for $38,000, that's amazing. 35-inch tires, front and rear lockers. You got all the essential components, the upgraded suspension. It's a great configuration for the money. This is how I would spend the money to buy a Bronco. So if you're thinking about a Ford Bronco, you definitely need to be a very patient person. Be willing to wait it out, but also be really careful about the dealership you select, and definitely think through the build configuration and the options that you want to order. I think these configurations are the best. I'll post in the description below the exact configurations so you can compare and see what those would be. From my opinion, I would avoid all the electronic stuff. I think that's going to be really problematic, and it's going to age hard with this type of vehicle, and it's going to be a lot more to break and replace. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you find it helpful. Give us a thumbs up if it is helpful for you with ordering a Bronco or connecting up with the dealer. And if you have any questions, post them below. We'll catch you on the next video. Thanks so much.